Howdy folks, Kirk and Jay here with Kirkgiordano Plastering. Today we're going to show you how to fix this ceiling. I came here and the people, they don't live here, they live in another area. And they said, Kirk, can you go by, give me a cost and what you charge to repair the ceiling and tell me what you think of the plumbers that did the work. So I came here, I looked at it, and I took a bunch of pictures and I sent them to her. I said, man, those plumbers, they did their job well. They put copper pipes in, they put lead pipes, everything is done. I'm no plumber, but everything was done well. And I said, here's the best part of all. They did their job well. They broke out the stucco, and they didn't break this front door or that window. Now we got to remove this stucco, and we got to make sure this window and that door glass doesn't break. And what we're going to do, guys, is, you see that light right there? This is kind of funny. About 10 years ago, Jay and I and my son Dan, we were doing a ceiling, and the ceiling, it kept falling, and people say, hey, we're worried for our life. And I thought, you should be. They put a plaster ceiling over a plaster ceiling. Jay removed the light, because he's good at electrical stuff, and when he removed the light, the whole ceiling fell on us. And we were videoing this job. I thought, did you get that on video? And he says, no, but even if I did, I wouldn't put that in. I said, I thought it would be funny because we're grown men. It didn't hurt us. It just helped us out. So maybe when we're removing this ceiling, after we cover everything, I might just pull that light for kicks and giggles because I think it's holding up the majority of that. Who wants to see that fall on my head? I don't even care because I'm going to get filthy today anyway. Anyhow, we're going to get started. We got a lot of cover in here, so we'll walk you through it. All right, guys, off and Jay will do all the hard work and remove all this stuff. But just for the heck of it, I'm going to try to recreate 10 years ago when we were doing a ceiling, and the whole ceiling collapsed on us. I'm going to get dirty anyway, guys, and after 40 years, I'm used to getting dirty. When I remove these two screws, will this whole thing fall? Maybe not, because this may hold it, but let's find out. Anyway, I'll explain what we did here while I'm stucco in this. Now, what we're using is a hydraulic stucco. It's called Eisenwall. You guys can get the same equivalent at, say, Home Depot, and it's called Rapid Set. We go to the material yard such as West Side Building Supply for Eisenwall, but they don't sell Eisenwall at, say, Home Depot. Anyway, Rapid Set is user-friendly, guys. You just add water and just don't overmix and then apply. And what I'm trying to do here is just get the first coat on. Then Jay and I are going to take lunch. And what you want to do is this rib lath, R-I-B-L-A-T-H, rib lath. You can use diamond 3.4 mesh. You can use rib lath. What I'm doing is just pulling it out this bucket here. Hopefully this doesn't get hard on us before I finish this bucket. Well, what you want to do, guys, is you want to push this stucco through the rib lath and through the keys in this wood. Those are old wood lath. It's keyed exterior wood lath. They actually make it for inside too. So I'll tell you a little bit about preliminary stuff, the boring stuff, guys. Like, what we did first is, after we removed the loose stucco, we went ahead and what was needed here was a bonding agent. I put a bonding agent on the wood. Why? I put it on the wood so that it will adhere this stucco to it. It adheres the stucco to it, plus it cuts down on the dust. If you guys are going to do this, wear a mask. Why ain't I wearing a mask right now? Oh, because I don't like them. But when you remove stucco, especially stucco that had some kind of water damage, a pipe broke in there. So when the pipe broke, it kind of did a little bit of damage. Creates mold. What happens if you inhale mold? It's not good, guys. It creates a lot of toxins in you. Personally, I'll give you an example. Jay and I were on a job, and we wanted to film. And so we were planning on filming something, and there was a windowsill like this. I went, whew, just blew it, and then held my breath. We were both sick for a week because even though you can't see it, there's a dust in the air here, and we're still inhaling it. Just remember, it's kind of like COVID, kind of like religion. You can't see it, doesn't mean it's not there. So, moving on. Once I finish this with the first coat, I'm going to waffle it, scratch it. You say, what's that mean? I'll show you. And when we do the first coat, again, this has got to set for, I think, at least 20 minutes, and that's about how long our lunch will be. And we're going to waffle it. Here's something important, guys. If you don't want this all over your head when you're doing this, don't work directly under it. I'll tell you another thing. If you want to try to do ceilings like the big guys, mix your mud rich. What does rich mud mean? That means a lot more cement than sand, because if you don't, it'll just keep falling. It doesn't matter how good you are, guys. I'm pretty good, but if the mud is mixed crappy, this stuff's gonna fall all over my head. So, anyway, I'm gonna show you what waffling means, because we gotta mix some more stucco. And again, this is eyes and wall. Okay, you take it's called a scratcher, guys. When you're doing a ceiling, you want to put scratch lines in it both ways, like a waffle. I'm going to go towards J, then I'm going to waffle it this way. Why? It gives a better grip for the next coat. So when you see us again, I'll have this done. Actually, we'll be browning this out because we're mighty hungry. And this blue stuff, that's weldcrete. That's a bonding agent. I'll put it on the wood so it adheres to the wood, and it will adhere here. Anyway, he's going to mix me some more mud, and next time you see us, we'll probably be browning. All right, guys, let me show you something. When I was talking about keying earlier, it goes through the wire, and it through the wood lath. This is what it looks like. It keys. It leaves these keys. And it's kind of funny. Right here is 1-inch stucco. It's a white stucco they used here, then a brown. And then this one is only a 1/4 inch. I tell people sometimes, hey, all depends on the applicator as far as how thick they're going to go. They should go at least 1/2 inch. Now us, we had an extra bucket of mud. So rather than throw it away, I just put it on here. So we're already 1 inch, but it's extra insulation, guys. I'll show you something now. Now we're putting a finish coat, just like these fellas did here. They put a finish coat. And how wet is this? I just did all this because it won't show up in video anyhow. Let's see. Kirk's the best. It's still pretty soft there, and I'll show you why we got to keep it soft, because it won't float. Okay, now we're putting the second coat. You can call it the third, fourth, but it's going on 1.5 inches. with soffits, you only need to go about ½ inch, guys. Okay, couple more hawkfuls. Notice the old plastering trick. I took a hawk from the truck, put it on the bucket because I'm no spring chicken and I don't want to keep bending way down there. So let me get some of this stuff out the way. And again, we're just putting a coat. With this particular second coat, no accelerator. Why? Good question. Because the first coat has got accelerator, and that's going to suck the moisture right out of this coat here. So we don't want any accelerators in this particular coat. I'll show you too how we match this text coat. This is a text coat. It was blown on sometime in the last 40 years. This is a 80-year-old house. Usually when I see a text coat, it makes me think of why would anybody want a text coat? Well, they used to sell a lot of them in the old days for, they'd say, well, if your house is leaking or you want to make it prettier, put a text coat on it. And a text coat is just paint, perlite, usually perlite, and you blow that on. You mix the paint and the perlite and a little bit of whatever else you want to use in it, and you blow it on. I have my handy dandy square trowel here, guys. I suggest everybody, if you're going to do it, get a 14x5 square trowel or rectangle trowel. No such thing as a square trowel. But sometimes I have my handy dandy trowel right there because I'll take it and do my corner. And what I do to match this text coat, I've already seen this, so I went to a material yard and I got some heavy sand. If we go to the plastering yards, they have Ole and Felton are a lot lighter sand, and it's hard to bring out the aggregate if it's a light sand. Okay, so that's all of the stucco I need to do. So we're gonna trade. I'm gonna get rid of this bucket here. Just the old plasterer's trick. Take a hawk, put it on here, and now I'm gonna use a water bucket. This water bucket got a sponge in it. Now, the more water I put on here, the more aggregate we're gonna pull out. So, say for example, if I hardly use any water, I'm not gonna be able to match this finish. So, I use a lot of water. Ooh, and too much water. A lot of water, and you go over it lightly, and you go over it kind of as square as you can. Where they got this boo-boo right there, I'm just gonna fill that guy up, boom, done. Okay, so what I'll generally do, guys, is you gotta keep dipping your float into the bucket, tap it out. You don't want it too full of water, otherwise the water's just gonna make the texture too heavy. And if you wet this too much, it could all fall on you. No such thing as a plaster that's real clean that's doing ceilings because of gravity. We try to stay clean because this stuff burns your skin, guys. People say, Kirk, How come you wear that white shirt? It's not for looks, guys. It's cool, and it's like 100. It feels like 100 degrees right here, but it's not. But it keeps me cool, and more importantly, guys, it keeps this stucco off my skin. This stucco on my skin or anybody else's skin will burn the hell out of you guys. I once had put garbage bags or sandwich bags over my hand because they were bleeding. That was when I was younger. Didn't know that this was so toxic to you. Okay, so now we are going over it a couple more times. It's already locked into the first coat. That's called a mechanical bond. Nothing stronger than a mechanical bond for stucco. And now all I'm doing, guys, is I'm getting some of the lines of the float out because we're matching the text coat, and the text coat was blown on, and you don't see any lines with the float, so we want to make sure we don't leave any lines. That's another question I get asked sometimes, guys. What happens if the texture is too heavy or not heavy enough? Nothing, because this is a separate entity. It's a ceiling. I'm matching what they have here, but if it's a little heavier, a little lighter, nobody's going to notice. They're going to notice this hole if I don't fill it, but we're going to fill that guy up. Then Jason's going to come up here and put the lights back on, and we'll show you everything afterwards. When it's all cleaned up, fine and dandy. That hole is bugging me, so I'm going to get it. I'm hoping I don't have to say this nonsense after every video, but if you're watching us, stay on YouTube. Don't go off on TikTok because that's not us. Those guys are using our identity. That's not us. Don't expect a call back. Don't return. Don't expect nothing from TikTok because all they do is steal people's identity. They don't answer. So if you're on TikTok and you pull us up, there's nothing we can do, guys. But if you're on YouTube, then we answer questions. I think in the last 15 years I've answered about, according to Google Analytics, about 75,000 comments. I don't mind because I know all the answers to this stuff. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. And when we get done and get all this stuff cleaned up, we'll show you what it looks like at the end. Pretty much what it looks like right now. So, all right, guys, we'll show you the final. That's the easy part. And keep in mind, that blue stuff or weldcrete, that's a bonding agent, and it gets covered with paint because they're painting this whole thing. And for you folks who are out of state, out of town, and you call like she did, she says, well, I'm not around. I said, well, if it's for your insurance, we'll take pictures before, after. Hell, we'll video it. It doesn't matter to us. Anyway, my name is Kirk. Jason's on the camera. We thank you guys for watching, and as usual, we'll see you on the next one.
All right, folks, as always, we want to thank you all for watching. We really appreciate your questions and comments. Please let us know if there's anything you'd like to learn about. And as always, from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one. Okay, well, we're never going to get better than that, so...